Uh, so going back to what you were talking about with where like after Sinnoh, the regions started to really have like identities.
Yeah.
So like the first four regions are all based on regions in I think they're all Japan. I don't know. They might.
Yeah,
At the very
yeah.
least,
Like Kanto
Asian
is like the name
countries.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Kanto and Johto both, I think, are regions, and I know Sinnoh. I think that's China actually, but it
It
is
might
placed
be.
in Asia. But then like uh, Unova was like based on America, and then
Yeah.
Kalos was France, and then
I hated Kalos so much.
yeah, I did too. It was so small. I will say
Yeah,
I
it
liked
was
it better.
small and really homogenous.
I liked it better than Galar.
Fuck, which one's Galar?
It's the newest one, Sword and Shield.
Oh, I don't know. I liked Galar more, I think, because like France, it's what you have Paris.
Yeah. Well,
That's
Galar had
whatever.
like more life to it because it was the first 3D game. I feel like they were really just more focused on making the transition, whereas now like they're really getting into it.
Yeah.
But the way Galar is laid out, where like it's just a hallway, like it's all just a straight shot. There's no exploring unless you get the expansion.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
And I can appreciate at the very least there was some stuff to explore in Kalos, but I think Unova is the best region for exploration because it's a big map and like you can't just
Oh, it's
go around.
huge.
It's huge. You can't just go around the map. Like you gotta play the story and complete events to get certain areas to open up, and then even after you do that, it's like everything's interconnected. So like you don't need fly to get around. Like you could take a cave to get across the map and it would be way faster than walking.
Yeah.
I really liked, it's the only gimmick they have ever done that I actually wanted them to keep was the changing seasons in Black and White.
Yeah, I loved that, honestly.
Yeah. It's a shame that they've fallen into the routine of like coming up with a different gimmick for every game now.
Welcome to the Dreamweavers, young one.
Yeah,
While
yeah.
chasing Nasty's minions in
Even
this
if some
world,
of them have
you
been
must
kind of
expect
cool. Like
the
Mega
unexpected
Evolution
and
was really
prepare
cool.
for what is
And
not
I
there.
guess what is it? Gigantamaxing? Gigamaxing? Fuck is it called?
It's something like that. I know what you're talking about.
It's cool, I guess. Not as cool as Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution was way cooler, but
Yeah.
you know, Z moves were stupid.
Yeah, the only good thing to come from Z moves was that one like trailer of Snorlax using a Z move, and he's laying down, but then his head snaps up and he has the laser eyes. And
Yeah.
he fucking zooms across the screen. That was the only good thing to come from Z moves. The rest was just like, oh, it's a normal move, but like boosted power. Okay.
I think that Sun and Moon is probably my least favorite generation.
I really like Sun and Moon, but I'm like, if something's bright and colorful and has a personality, I am absolutely more likely to latch onto it, you know?
Okay, so don't get me wrong, like, the map and the story were fantastic. But, like,
Yeah.
the actual game itself and how much they changed, like how they changed it to you're collecting the crystals instead, and they changed it to the
right.
Z moves, like, it was okay, but it really, I feel like they tried to do a lot of new stuff, and none of it really worked that well.
The one thing that I'm grateful for, the one thing I didn't ask for that they delivered on that was a really good choice was no longer having like a necessity to fill up one of your team slots with just a fucking what is it, like
An HM slave.
an H, that's the word I was thinking of, because like in every other game you had 5 Pokemon that you used and you had one fucking outlier that was like, use cut on this fucking tree,
Yeah.
use strength.
I like that. The only thing I don't like is the dumbass outfits they make you wear while you're using it.
Yeah, I mean, I
But-
get it, it's like, oh, it's like a tracksuit, but you know,
Well,
whatever.
like the the reason I've always thought they do it is because like there's so much customization now in Pokemon games where like they would then have to go and make a model for every single outfit for each of those
you're
HMs
right.
for everything you're riding. It'd be such a pain in the ass. Like, I get why they do it. I just wish they didn't.
Yeah, I get that. Like, it's kind of a blatant system limitation.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of like an unfortunate thing, you know?
The only thing they've done recently, I feel like people are way too hard on Pokemon. Just because, like, I don't even know. Like, people need to accept it for what it is. It is, at the end of the day, a kid's game. The target audience are kids in Japan.
Yeah.
But, like, the only thing Pokemon's really ever done, I think, that I genuinely did not like was getting rid of the national dex.
Yeah, I hated that. When I heard about that, I was like, okay, well, why would I play the new games if I can't have the Pokemon I want from other places? You know?
The only thing good I can see coming out of that, though, is, like, we could have, like, a pure remake for Gen 4. I think that's probably what they'll do, is, like, they'll just have Pokemon from Gen 1 through 4.
Oh, right.
Instead of having, like... Because, like, it's cool with, when they redid with Omega...
Gen 4 is Turtwig and Chimchar and shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
When they redid Hoenn, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, was that it?
Yes.
It was cool that you could get the Pokemon from newer games, but like, you know, I bought the remake because I wanna revisit the old game, but better. So I just want the old Pokemon, which, like, you know, I pretty much just at that point, like, usually I would be of the opinion just don't use them. You know, if there's anything in a video game you don't like, it's your choice to use it or not. But like, the one thing that ruins it for Pokemon, like, I could ignore wild encounters where you run into those Pokemon, but like the fact that there's gym leaders now and trainers that I have to sit there and fight who use those Pokemon, it makes it like you literally can't ignore it because like you have to be aware of these Pokemon so that you can plan strategies around beating them.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's not like it was a deal breaker or anything. I just wish it was different, but I still really enjoyed the game.
Yeah, exactly. Man, like, one thing, I didn't mention it because I forgot. This is kind of like a little break from the topic at hand. One thing I did like that I didn't ask for, it kind of like branches into the gimmick thing, was, I think it was in Sun and Moon, the little like bean camp you can send your Pokemon to. Dude, I'll tell you what, I love collecting those beans.
I like that they've kept that. Well, like, not the camp, but like because that was the game I think they introduced where you could play with your Pokemon. I'm so happy.
No, that was X and Y, where they introduced where you could play with it. Yeah, because you could like go into that little room with your Pokemon and feed it like little treats and pet them.
Still, my point remains the same. I'm so happy that they decided to keep that so that you can still play with your Pokemon.
I love it.
Especially because
I love
like
that so much.
Before they introduced that, it was so hard to raise friendship for Pokemon that evolved with friendship. And now it's so easy.
What did you have to do? Like, you had to, like, just battle with them? I have no idea.
Using items on them, battling with them, and then walking around with them as the lead slot in your party would all raise friendship, but it took for fucking ever.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, it wasn't even worth it, which sucks, because, like, Umbreon is one of my favorite Pokemon, but I could never use it because it was just too much of a pain in the ass to get. It wasn't worth it in the end.
Exactly.
Shit.
Yeah, it was like, I never really used Pokemon that, like, depended on, like, friendship leveling.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I did, I would have wanted to kill myself at age 11.
Like, since then, kind of gotten into it. Like I never would, but I always wanted to. But like now, like I'll use Crobat because Crobat's a good Pokemon. He's just a pain in the ass to get beforehand.
Yeah.
You know, I'll use some of the evolutions that require that because they finally started making them worth a shit.
Yeah, evolutions used to just be like, what color cat do you want?
Yeah, especially in the first game, like their move pools were pathetic, and they had horrible stats.
Yeah, they were just cute and had like a gimmick to their evolution.
Yeah, but shit, I'm not gonna make this. Damn. Anymore, like, and like I don't know, cause it was kind of cool though that like it was a big deal because like you had to go out of your way usually to find the stuff to evolve them to, but anymore like you can
Yeah.
just find them in the wild.
Yeah, true.
But it does make them easier to collect for completing the national decks. Well, the quotation national decks, what they have now.
Yeah. Semi-national, selectively national decks. Oh, another thing I loved that I did not ask for, the fucking, what is it, like, the Pokemon Olympics. I forgot, like, Pokathlon.
Oh yeah.
I loved that so much.
They only had that in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, didn't they? Didn't they get rid of that?
Yep.
Sucked.
It was so fun. It actually gave you a reason to like manage your Pokemon stats.
I used to really like doing the contests, but I don't think they put those in games anymore either, do they?
Yeah, that used to be. Oh wait, no, you have. Well, no, I guess it's only in like the Sinnoh games. It's only in Diamond, Pearl.
They're in Gen 3, and then they're in Diamond and Pearl, and then you could be in like, well, it was like movies with your Pokemon in Black and White, right?
Yeah, it was like a play.
That was
in the original Black and White, it was a play, but in the second Black and White, it's like movies.
But still, it's in Sinnoh, it was just better. I don't know, and maybe I just think that because that was the first game I played. I might be nostalgia blind, but
well, no, it was actually genuinely fun because like. What was it, like you got to feed your Pokemon like little berry treats or something? And then like depending on what move your Pokemon had and their move pool, like that would give them more cute points or more strong points or whatever. So you had to actually like pick and choose. It was more than just tap the maraca in the corner of your screen when it starts to vibrate, you know?
Yeah, it was cool because at that point, that was like the only interaction you got with your Pokemon outside of battling with them.
Yeah. I just like it when they're like, when they treat Pokemon more like companions than they do like
slaves.
Weapons.
Yeah.
I just really like that when they kind of drive it home that like, yeah, these are your partners that you travel with and you build a bond with.
Yeah, it really helps with the whole role-playing aspect of the role-playing game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just really nice. It would be cool. I don't know if they've done it, and I also don't know if they've done it to where it's noticeable, but if they, like, somehow incorporated, like, you know how every Pokemon has a personality?
Yeah.
The personality only really does something for their stats, you know? Mm-hmm. But it would be cool if the personality that your Pokemon has, like, was translated into how they act in those little, like, one-on-one scenarios, like the camping in Galar and shit like that. That would be cool if they translated that over. Because if my Pokemon is snobby, I would like my Pokemon to be snobby, you know?
Yeah. Like, going back and playing the older games now, it's like, you just run through them anymore, because you can't really sit down and get invested in the world after we've been spoiled with, like, how immersive the new games are, which I feel like that's one thing a lot of people overlook when they talk about how, oh, the new games aren't good anymore. Like, yeah, from, like, battling aspect, they might not be as difficult as the old games were, but, like, there's so much more to them now where it's not just battling.
Yeah. Like, if you're playing, I don't know, think of it like an FPS. Like, would you rather have a game that has like fucking entirely completely realistic battles, like, you know, everything is like super real, super in-depth, you know, like it's challenging, you have to use actual like real life strategies, and then have the story suck shit? Or would you rather like have a really good story, good character building, you know, good world building, and like lag on the battles a little bit? Not saying the battles are even bad, just like taking a little bit from them to focus on the story, you know?
I think part of it is just because, like, you know, a lot of the people who say Pokemon isn't good anymore are those people who grew up with the older games that were just pure battling. So that's all they want from it. They don't want it to be an immersive experience that you can actually get into.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some parts of the newer games that are genuinely like slogs to get through, but you'll have that in any Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Like, the one I remember was, fuck, what's like the dark type city?
Spikemuth?
Yeah, where you have to like get to the gym, but to get to the gym you have to walk through that corridor and just continuously fight people. I hated that, because I didn't know when it was gonna end, you know?
Yeah.
I just didn't like that too much. But then it was immediately made up for because the character you met at the end of that was a fun character, you know?
Right. And he had...
And Marnie is a fun character, and her brother is a fun character.
It's cool that, like, her brother has actual character traits to him. Like, he's not just stereotype token emo. Like, he doesn't use he doesn't use Giganta, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it just adds something more, because it's more than just like, oh, he's the Doom and Dower dark type user, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he has more to him. Like, he has a bond with his sister that you can definitely see. He has a code that he goes by when he battles. You know, it's just nice to see that they have that variation. And I think pretty much every gym leader in that game had that. I don't remember much of the fire gym leader, but I remember Milo, he had some, like, he had like a nice character to him. Like, you could tell that he was like a genuinely like sweet person and stuff.
Right.
It's just like, it was just nice to see the gym leaders be treated like people. And honestly, like, when the dark type gym leader kept on like tagging along later into the story, I didn't expect it, but I fucking loved it, because it was so much cooler to have them treated like NPCs rather than a pixel avatar that you fight one time.
Yeah. Like, they actually matter to the story. It's not just, oh, here's character number 8. Did you see him? Okay, cool. You're not going to see him again.
Yeah, exactly. It was just very nice.
I really like how now there's not random encounters. The Pokemon are like out in the wild and you can see them. Oh,
yeah.
Because that was one thing that always bothered me, is because like in the anime, it's not like, you know, they're walking through the grass and then, oh, out pops a Pokemon. It's like they're walking along and yeah, the Pokemon live in this environment. And that's another thing, like, it makes the worlds feel more real, because it seems like the Pokemon actually live here.
Yeah, because they're just, like, in their world, they're just, like, animals.
Yeah.
You know, like, they're just, like, the wildlife. I just love that. It feels a lot more natural, you know? Even though there are corgis that can shoot lightning out of their ass or whatever, like, running around your yard.
It ain't no thing.
It just feels very nice. Yeah. Ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing.
Yamper charring the plants with his little like lightning buns. Whatever. He does that every day.
You just do that. That's just what he do.
Yeah. Does Yamper have an evolution?
Yeah, he has one evolution, but I don't know
he turns into that like skinny lightning dog.
Yeah. I didn't use Yamper.
I didn't use him. Yeah. I've never like used electric types, really.
When I play Gen 1, I use a Raichu usually.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the types that I'm drawn to are generally fighting, fire, ground, and dragon. Like, those are the
Yeah.
three that, like, I will usually have at least one of each type on my team. Every now and then I'll spice it up with, like, um, I have to have a water type, so I'll usually have, like, a dual typed
Spyro,
water
thanks.
Pokemon.
Supercharge will get you to new
But those are
places here
typically
in
the ones
Lofty
that I will
Castle, too.
absolutely have.
See where it takes you.
I've been getting into using poison types lately.
Really?
Yeah. Um, because like every poison type pretty much has that stat, or yeah, the buff where physical attacks have a chance of poisoning whatever attacked you.
Oh, right,
Which
right.
makes them useful as shit. They actually, most of them have pretty good move pools. Um, some of them, their stats are a little lacking, but like all in all, they're not bad Pokemon.
Very true, yeah.
That and
I've just
bug
never,
type.
like... See, I can't shake seeing bug type as, like, weaker, because I'll always have, like, a fire type on me.
Yeah.
So I have that, like, bias of, like, oh, bug type are weak. I know they're not, but I just,
Yeah.
like, I can't shake it, because I just usually carry their antithesis on me.
A lot of trainers in the games use bug type Pokemon too, so I'll usually use a flying type.
Oh, right, yep. Oh, flying types. I use flying types, I just can't really name, like, favorite flying types I have, because if they're flying, chances are I'm using them for their other type.
Yeah.
I don't really use monotypes.
I try not to, but like, I won't ignore a Pokemon just because it's a monotype. But like,
Chances are I will.
I don't think, any Pokemon that are like, I always use it except for my Tyranitar. But that's just because I've had it for long.
Yeah, I'm the same way with my Haxorus. I got it in Pokemon Black. I went into a cave and I found like a level like 8 Axew or something, and I was like, yep, you are gonna be my best friend. And then I raised it to like level 90, so I just have a Haxorus with me. That's like my signature Pokemon, I think.
I've had my Tyranitar since like Gen 3. Like, I've had it a long time.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Lost in the eyes of your beloved Tyranitar.
No, like, I'm actually lost.
No, I know. I just wanted to be stupid.
I can't remember how the hell to get to the end of the level. Is it this way? We're over time, but like, all I have left is to get to the end of the level and grab the stuff that's there, so I don't want to cut it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we should talk about next episode?
What?
Legendary hunting. And the thrill that is legendary hunting.
The epic highs and lows of high school legendary hunting.
Literally fucking me. Absolutely me.
Yeah. They've really
I kinda nixed that.
been getting into that here lately in the newer games. But
Have
like,
they?
what sucks is, like, in the main game of X and, or not, in Sword and Shield, like, there's barely any. But if you get the expansions, oh my god, there's tons.
Like the
that's pretty
fucking
much
horses?
Yeah, there's the horses, there's the legendary birds, and they all have a Galarian form. There's the Reggies,
right, yep.
and there's 2 new Reggies.
I didn't know there were new Reggies until I played Showdown a couple days ago, and I saw a new Reggie, and I was like, oh.
That's how I found out too. Okay, next time, legendary hunting.
I really do just be like finding out about legendaries from the emulator that I play.